Hi friends, Captain Apology channel. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today's video will be doing my round 14 tips, and I'll go over my round 13 tips, and I'll preview these games. So if you are returning Captain Magpies, welcome, like, comment, share. If you're new to the channel, watch this for the first time, like, comment, share, and subscribe now. Well, I did very good. I got 4 tips right. Now the only ones I got wrong were obviously Adelaide, Bulldogs, and also West Coast, as well as Essendon, thinking that Essendon would respond, but they're the only ones. I got Collingwood correct, Sydney correct, St Kilda correct, Hawthorn correct as well, so not bad. And now it's the bye system. Now we just preview into. So now we'll jump into Friday night's game, Brisbane Lions versus Saints, 13th versus 14th up at the Gabba. Well, Brisbane's form has been a lot better than what people think. They had 3 wins, a loss to the Hawks, and they drew against the Crows. Well, unfortunately for St Kilda, they just won against Saints, got over the line against the Eagles, lost to the D's, the Dockers, and the Hawks as well. Now, considering that last time these two sides met, Brisbane won by 12 points in round 24 in 2023 up at the Gabba as well. Brisbane have been hitting their straps and winning games superbly. They only lost 1 out of the last 5 times, and that was up against People's First Stadium up at the Gabba, up at Gold Coast's home ground. So since then, it's been all Brisbane, and they dominated really well. I'm thinking that their midfield will be too good. I think Brisbane's attacking game over the last 6 weeks have been getting a lot better. They've been superb. They beat the Bulldogs very convincingly. They also smashed the Tigers up as well, and to be fair, they did beat the Suns as well. So you have to go for Brisbane. I say Brisbane Lions by 25 points. I really do think that's going to be a great game of football as well. The Bulldogs versus the Dockers at Marvel Stadium. Now, the Dockers are coming off a bye. The Bulldogs coming off a disappointing loss against the Brisbane Lions up at Marvel Stadium. I think Fremantle will try and turn it into a defensive game, and I reckon they'll make it a little bit difficult. I think they'll try and score as quickly as they can, no doubt. But having said that too, the Bulldogs aren't as good as what people think they are, and they're too much inconsistent. You still can't trust them no matter what. I think they got form issues a lot compared to the Dockers. They've won 3, a loss and a draw. Well, the Bulldogs, they've won 3 and lost 2. But the draw against Collingwood, to be fair, that could have gone Collingwood's way, no doubt. But they have been playing very good football, and they smashed the D's up, which not many teams can say that they've done that. But having said that too, it's up at Marvel Stadium. Last time these two sides met was round 7 2024 early this year. The Dockers won by 24 points. Now, we know that when they have played at Marvel, it's been going the Dogs' way, except round 21 2022 when the Dockers won at Marvel. So they've won 3 of the last 5. Considering that, I still can't trust them. I think the Dockers' game plan, attacking style would be great. I think the battle of the midfield, I think if they can stop Bontempelli, it's a win-win for them. I'm still going to say the Dockers will get the job done on a 1/4-2 game, and I think they'll win by 35 points as well. So big pressure there as well. The Tigers versus the Hawks. Now, Dusty Martin's 300th game. Well, that's been the reason why they have, because it's been such superb. Congratulations to Dusty Martin. But the Hawks have been in much better form only winning 4 and losing to the Power. They have been great, the Brisbane, the Hawks up at Marvel Stadium. They've beaten the Giants in Tasmania. They've beaten the Crows at the MCG as well, so they've had pretty much good form there. Considering that the Tigers have been very disappointing and only won against the Crows, they were competitive against the Bombers, competitive against the Cats as well, but they're non-competitive in the other 2 games as well. When compared to the Hawks, their run and gun style has worked superbly. Richmond have dominated 4 of the last 5. The only draw that they had was round 23 and 2021 as well, and then obviously they had a 1-point win, the Tigers, round 19 2023 as well. So having said that, I still think that if Tom Lynch used to play, probably don't expect him to fire up a lot more. I like to pick Richmond, I really do, for Dustin Martin. I just can't. I think the Hawks will be too good, because at the moment the Hawks are pushing towards a final spot. Look, their percentage is a little bit low, but if they get a very good percentage win, they can definitely make a good fist out of it. But I said the Hawks will get the job done by 23 points in a real tight affair game. Now, the Crows versus the Swans up at the Adelaide Oval. Well, we would have picked the Crows at this rate. Look, last time these decides meant the Swans won by a point. It was a controversial finish, as we know. I think it'll be the battle of the midfield. I really do. Taylor Walker will come back in. Riley O'Brien, you think that should come back in as well. But the problem is as well that the Swans have been dominant. That they really have. They beat round 1 2020. They've beaten the Crows round 2 of 2021. Round 19 2022, they won by 33 points. And round 23 2023, they won by a point. The Crows did win by 26 points in round 2 2019 as well. Now, considering all that, I'm going to have to pick the Swans in this. I think that the Sydney Swans are in much better form than the Adelaide Crows. They're playing a few tight ones. Look, I think this one will go right down to the wire. I think when you look at the Swans' form, where they were down and out against the Cats, they did really well. They beat the Bulldogs. They beat the Blues pretty convincingly. They beat the Dockers and also beat the Giants as well in the Battle of the Bridge. But the Crows has only had the 1 win, and that was against the Eagles, and then lost since to the Hawks, the Tigers, drew against the Lions, and then obviously lost to us as well. I'm going to say the Swans by 7 points on Saturday night. Now, the Sunday's games. Now, interesting that we do talk about this game because Collingwood and North Melbourne up at Marvel Stadium. Now, we did lose poorly last time we were here to the Western Bulldogs, but I feel like this is a different team. But North Melbourne had a very good win against the Eagles. To be fair, they've lost probably 4 of the last 5. Collingwood have won 3 of the last 5, including a draw against the Dockers and a loss against the Bulldogs. But the win that we did have at Marvel Stadium was against the Eagles as well, which I was very, very happy about. 1 against the Crows, and obviously we beat the D's by 38 points. And well, I think Collingwood are coming off a 6-day break. North Melbourne coming off an 8-day break as well. I think it'll be a battle over our midfield. I think our run attack game style will work. The North Melbourne Bazball, I think we will see it, but I do expect us to win and win pretty convincingly. The last time that we met, we beat them by 35 points, and that was at Marvel Stadium as well. So we have had a good track record here, and we've won 4 of the last 5 as well. So we've won round 11 2023, round 17 2022 we won at the MCG by 7 points and we're like 26 points down. Won by 18 points in round 8 2021. 2020 2020 we won by 30 points up at the Gabba, and then round 15 2019 we lost by 44 points. That was the last time we lost to North Melbourne up at Marvel Stadium. So that was, I was there for that game as well. I was there for, except for the Gabba, I was there for all the other games that we played up until now. We'll be there on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Match day vlog out on the channel. But I'm going to say Collingwood win by 50 points. This is a must-win game for us. No doubt that it'll give us good percentage, considering that we can jump Essendon and we can jump Carlton as well with our percentage as well. So that would drop them back a lot more as well. So it should be an interesting game, but we'll wait and see. Then we have the Giants versus the Power at NG Stadium in Sydney. Now, while these two teams, Port Adelaide have been crush hot. Probably the easy win was against North Melbourne. They did lose to the Blues and they did lose to the Crows. They did beat the Cats by a kick, and they also beat the Hawks by a point as well in a game that you probably would say that would be an easy win. But when they play against top 8 teams, the Power, they haven't been that great as well. Now, last time these sides met was round 20. It was the semi-finals at the Adelaide Oval, and they won, and the Giants won by 23 points. But I feel like, for me, while I think that the Power have been dominating, I don't know if I can trust them enough, despite their good record as well. Now, considering that the Giants were a different team, round 22, 2023, they won by 51 points as well. But they haven't played the Giants for a while. They played at Marvel Stadium when a COVID year, and they were at People's First Stadium as well. So they haven't played down at the Giants yet. I do feel like we might see something as well. So I'm going to go by the previews of the Power, where I think the history does come into it. I think they've been very, very good indeed, and I just can't see them losing this game. I really can't, because the way that they played as well, it is interesting. They won by a point round 19, 2019 as well. And then obviously they won 80-58 at the Adelaide Oval round 18 as on top of it. But they played at Martin Oval, which they've been good at. Won against at the Adelaide Oval as well, and then but they've been winning in Canberra as well. So before that, they've had a very good record as well. But having said that, I'm going to pick the Giants in this game. People are going to say, "Oh, why are you picking the Giants?" You know, they haven't really shown much form. But then you look at Port Adelaide too; they have not shown enough. The only decent win that they've had was against North Melbourne. The Hawks, good comeback, mind you. Well deserved the win in the end. The Hawks just could not put them away. But the win against the Cats, they were out like 49 points, and they still gave Geelong a chance to come back as well. So I'm going to say the Giants. I know, despite their performances and all the rest, but I do feel like the Giants should get the job done. by 24 points. So yeah, so while I am going back to Giants, they'll win by 24 points as well, and I think their midfield will get on top. I think the win that they had was against Cats as well, but yeah, like there were opportunities there to win in a few of those games as well, and they would have been disappointing with the Essendon loss and the Bulldogs loss as well. Hope you guys liked the video. Don't forget to drop a like and drop a sub. Until next time, bye for now.